Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how cetaceans eliminate gas exchange during deep dives. Cetaceans are an order of air-breathing mammals that include the very charismatic whales, dolphins, and porpoises. On the right you can see a picture of a gray whale, which you can find off our very own Oregon coast. In order to forage for food, some cetaceans are required to dive to very deep depths, but there are dangers that come with deep diving, which I will talk about in a moment. In order to understand how these animals survive in their habitat, we must understand their adapted diving physiology. So in this poster, we're going to explore why and how cetaceans stop gas exchange from taking place, as well as what happens to their bodies after gas exchange stops. So let's talk about gas exchange. Gas exchange is necessary to move oxygen from the lungs all around our bodies. So why would these cetaceans want to stop such an important process? Well, remember those dangers in deep diving I mentioned earlier? Turns out cetaceans are in danger of decompression sickness and nitrogen narcosis whenever they take a dive. At higher pressures, greater levels of nitrogen can dissolve into the blood. For those of you that scuba dive, you know that decompression sickness is caused when nitrogen that is dissolved in the blood and tissues form bubbles as you move from high to low pressures too quickly, and it can be fatal. Nitrogen narcosis, which can also occur at great depth, can cause impaired judgment, which can also lead to death. To eliminate these problems, cetaceans have a pretty cool physical adaptation. They cut off their gas exchange to prevent nitrogen from entering the bloodstream. So how do cetaceans go about stopping gas exchange? These diving cetaceans actually have collapsible lungs. So when pressure increases as they dive deeper into the water, the pressure is actually able to collapse their lungs and rib cage, which pushes the air into the tubes of their upper respiratory system, which is poorly vascularized. By stopping this gas exchange, they minimize the chances of decompression sickness and narcosis. To deal with this stop of gas exchange, the cetacean actually changes the distribution of blood flow to remain near the central nervous system because it has a poor anaerobic metabolic capacity, along with the heart. They do not have to worry about getting extra oxygen to the muscles because of their higher myoglobin content. This graph shows the effect of depth on air volume in a pygmy sperm whale. As you can see, loss of volume mainly occurs in the lower respiratory tract. The lungs collapse fairly quickly at depths under 100 meters, followed by the trachea at depths over 300 meters. The larynx does not reduce much in volume until depths over 1,000 meters because it is part of the upper respiratory system. Based on all the information we just learned, by eliminating gas exchange, these cetaceans are able to utilize a food source that would typically be off limits to other air-breathing mammals. This means they can excel in a marine environment. However, it is not just lung collapse that is responsible for their success in this environment. More recent studies have shown that lung collapse is not instantaneous and occurs at varying depths depending on the species. Using this adaptation would also not be possible without the increase in myoglobin content and other adaptations such as bradycardia. I suggest that more research into how all these adaptations relate and contribute to each other should be explored, along with how they vary among different cetacean species. Thank you for listening to my talk on eliminating gas exchange in cetaceans. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.